Married people, what's the one advice you wish you could give single people who want to get married?
Story 1.
Think about the absolute worst day of your life. Is that who you trust fully to be there with you? Do you trust their discretion to make medical decisions for you? Best part of my relationship is I can bring up anything with my spouse and know she's going to be there to comfort or support me. She may not understand exactly what is going on or know what to do to help resolve the issue, but she'll listen with an open mind, do her best to understand, and try to help when and where she can. When I got hit by a car and couldn't wash the lower half of my body for a while, couldn't bend over or raise my legs, she was right there helping me scrub my legs while I just stood there in shame and resentment of my inability to care for myself. But I was the only one who felt that way. She saw it as supporting her husband, who waited on her hand and foot while she recovered from surgery previously. When one of us is sick, we do everything we can for the other. If bolt awake from a nightmare from my PTSD, she's immediately there rubbing my back and comforting me. I can trust her with anything, and would low crawl through 25 miles of broken glass, lemon juice, sand, and salt to make sure she's taken care of and safe. Getting married in May this year. Worst day of my life was pulling the plug on my dad's life support, only a couple of days after my 20th birthday. The night I flew home from my birthday trip with my, at the time, boyfriend. Dad lost his battle against COVID, and to this day, it still traumatizes me. We had been friends for barely a year and only started dating a month ago prior to Dad's passing. When I called him in the dead of night, bawling my eyes out at what I had done, he flew 2,000 miles, we were long distance, that very same night, and stayed to support me for that whole week, being my anchor. As my sisters and I hastily planned a funeral we weren't remotely prepared for. I could go on, but I definitely couldn't have made it through everything without him, and the sacrifice he made to be with me. I love my fiancé so much, and we're both so excited for our future together after marriage.
Story 2.
You two are a team. It's you two against whatever issue you are facing, not you against the other person. I wish I could count the number of times my husband said, "We'll figure it out." We always do, so nice to know we're in it together, and it'll be okay. My wife hates when I say that. Reality is most problems that comes up, we do solve in the end. Some take time, some take sacrifices, some aren't even a problem in the end, and sometimes a problem is a problem and it wins. But I don't spend time worrying about things. I either look for a solution or some way to mitigate a problem, or I ignore it for the time being. My response to everything is, "We'll figure it out." Every single time, she gets upset and tells me that's all I ever say. Truthfully though, there rarely is a problem that isn't fixable, and I simply don't worry. It's tiring though, having this conversation constantly.
Story 3.
Love is not enough. Make sure the person you are marrying has the same values and that you actually like them. I came here to say this, but for different reasons. Love isn't enough. Prove your love. Think of your relationship as two people keeping a fire between you going. It's the both of you against the long, dark night out there. Keep it or your relationship will wither and die. Sitting there talking about how much you love the fire, kind of just chilling and or going on cruise control, being casual with your partner full-time, doesn't do beep all for the fire. If you love the fire so much, do something about it every day. Go gather wood or kindling, chop or split wood, stoke and blow into the fire, whatever it is that plays to your strengths. But you don't get to shut down or leave everything to your partner. You aren't roomies who hold hands. That's not what either of you signed up for with marriage. So you don't get to switch to that just because you think, even if subconsciously, you have them snagged now. That's unfair, and you don't have them snagged. This means you should be regularly telling your partner you love them. You're thankful for them. You hug and kiss them when they leave, and get up and greet them at the door when they come home. You obviously do the things adults need to do, like help with chores, take care of the kids if you have them, mainly aimed at the men reading this, etc. But you should also do things you know they like or love without them having to ask. You ask yourself what else you could do that you aren't doing already. Surprise them sometimes. Show them affection, romance, desire. A beep as often as possible. And be the one who initiates these things sometimes. Mainly aimed at the women reading this. Put in the effort, or they might find someone who will. They deserve it.
Story 4.
You're not going out there to lock down someone to make you happy for the rest of your life. You're looking for the person who connects with you in such a way that you will both willingly grow together to become something bigger than the sum of its parts. That will create a happiness you couldn't have planned for. It's self-sacrifice to create something you love more than yourself with the person you love more than anyone else. I was a hopeless romantic my entire life. And even I was stunned by how incredible marriage feels. You shouldn't be trying to max out on temporary things like beep appeal, income, status, etc., because those things aren't what make relationships last through the reality of life, or transform you into anything better than you already were or weren't. Realistically, one of you will be wiping the other's base at one point in the future. You need to find that person and learn how to love everything about them. But the fact that my wife is the hottest person ever and the smartest and the funniest is something that everyone else will just have to contend with. Take notes. This guy is a straight liar. My wife is the hottest and the smartest and the funniest. Now you're a liar. The answer to all those criteria is clearly my wife. To be honest, I've tried all of these guys' wives, and while they're better than mine, still none of them seem like the best. The search continues. I also choose this guy's wife. Oh God, oh beep. I don't know which guy's wife to choose.
Story 5.
Marry someone you genuinely like and who is your friend. Looks can fade, and beep is only one part of your relationship. But if you marry someone you truly like, you can get through anything. They're your friend and your lover. But they're also your co-parent, your business partner, sous chef, nurse, etc., etc., etc. Pick a person who is going to be a good partner in every facet of your life, because you're damn well going to need them to be.
Story 6.
Always date your spouse. I was going to say this. It's so important to go on dates. Everything from go to dinner to going on walks. Also to make mundane tasks feel like a date. Going to the store? Get a hot beverage before or after, and sit down and chat for a bit. Gotta pick up or drop off kids? Take the long way home and cruise with your partner. It helps to make the little moments more meaningful by not being on your phone. Even if you're not actively talking, just sitting in the moment together can be romantic.
If you enjoy our channel, we'd love to invite you to become a member. Joining is easy. Just click the join button on our channel homepage or beneath any of our videos. Your support means the world to us, and as a member, you'll gain access to exclusive perks and content. Thank you for being part of our community. We look forward to welcoming you as a member soon.